Hi guys, welcome to Challenge the Road. Still here in Italy, Lake Garda behind us. I thought that's a lovely view for you, but I want to go through EV values. You know, I've done a lot of videos on EVs and there's been an article out by Top Gear on the top 10, and I wanted to just go through that, go through each car, see what the number one is, and maybe some picks I'm trying to look at as well. So we know with the EVs I struggled a bit, but if I'd had the right home charging, they can really work for you. But obviously the network out on the road I still feel is a little bit lagging behind, needs more infrastructure, and maybe the cars need a few more miles. But let's get into this top 10. So in number 10, let's put this on screen record so you can see what I'm seeing. So this is a Top Gear report, it's just come out. Number 10, Tesla Model 3. Now the value of these, £15,000. So from £15,000 you can now get a Tesla Model 3. It's got very good range, the Tesla, and they've got a very good network for charging, very fast, much better than the normal cars. Although Tesla are opening this up to all EVs, I think as long as you've got the right connector you can use the Tesla network. So that's in at number 10, 15,000. Number 9 is a car I used to own, an Audi Q4 e-tron. This is a 40. They done an S-Line 35, they do an S-Line 40. This is an S-Line 40, 82 kilowatts. They're saying they're around 25k. Now I remember I purchased my first one, I think it was about 50k, and sold it for 48, had it quite a while. The only thing I had with that car was, one, the range did keep dropping. So I'll give you an example on that. So if I was out and I had 200, I might go 5 miles but lose 20, and it was just a bit strange. And also the back of the car, I think with these EVs, the way they're built, the back of the car was just a bit too firm, and I know with the kids in the back they used to complain it's quite a hard ride, but we're seeing that across sort of all EVs. So that's number 9, £25,000 Audi Q4. Is good value, but I think it's going to go lower. Merc EQA, sub 30,000 miles, had a new list of 50, 23,000 now. So 23,000, so looking fantastic value. But let's get on to number 7, Hyundai Ionic. We're talking 15,000 for a 2021 plate car. I think these were about 50, 60k. It looks actually quite nice on it, but £15,000, 64 kilowatts. So if you imagine you're about 2.5 to 3 miles per kilowatt, that gives you an idea of range. Number 6, Vauxhall Corsa Electric. It's funny because I was looking at this maybe for my daughter who's going to be 17, but she really doesn't want an electric car. But they do look tempting. Under 10k, 30,000 miles on the clock. That does look very, very good value. I know I've done a video about this before, about EVs and the depreciation and that, and I said, you know, let's wait for them to come down and then get in, because you could have them as a second car, maybe as a first car for someone as well, but also just look a lot of value. If you've got home charging and you're not driving very far, it's fantastic. Well, this is another one, Mercedes EQC, one of the earlier EV SUVs. £25,000 will buy you a high-ish mileage one. Now I've been looking at these prices, and I had a look at Auto Trader earlier, and there's ones lower than what they're quoting here. This was another little car, VW E-Up, under 12k. VWs are very good anyway, with less than 20,000 miles on the clock. Perfect city runabout. Yep, they are. This £12,000. How can you... Number 3 is another car I've owned, done lots of videos on. You can go back and watch them. Porsche Taycan, mid 40s. Well, they're actually less than that now. There's one on Auto Trader in the 30s now, 37k. I had the Porsche. I really enjoyed it to drive. I have all my cars 6 months and then move on. I had that 6 months. I've done 7,000 miles. There's lots of videos on it. Before I sold it, I didn't lose much money on that car. I think I worked out with all the tax breaks and stuff. I bought it for 66, sold it for 60 in tax, but I think I lost about £3,000. So it wasn't a bad car for me for that mileage. and probably one of the lowest losses anyone's had on on a Taycan. And that's my skill, is buying prices at, you know, cars at the right prices that are sort of right at the depreciation curve, right at the bottom. So yeah, under £40,000 now, Porsche Taycan. I've had a look on there. My car is a fair bit lower than where it was back then, so you know, I sold it and I moved on to the X5 hybrid, which you've got a lot of videos on that coming soon. The Ionic 5 Hyundai, 73 kilowatt car, so 20 to 23,000 for a 3-year-old. I think it's a really nice looking car. That's with 30,000 miles, so hardly anything. And it does an official cycle of 250 miles, so probably 240, 230. I think that's a good buy. And if it goes to 15, then well, it's going to, where it's going to go, there's even better. But number one, it's an interesting one, this, because I've heard a lot of things about the batteries on these being a problem, and I don't know exactly everything because I haven't owned the car. I don't overly like going through a car I haven't actually owned. Now, number one is a Jaguar I-Pace. Now, they are down, I think, sub 15k now. I think they're £70,000 EV. I think they're a really nice looking car. I expect the inside's really nice, but I have heard there's some battery problems. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I think that has dropped the price of these down. So it's saying on here, still one of the best looking handling EVs, but not very efficient. Maybe that was the problem. 18k for a car, less than 50k on the clock. If you can deal with that range, then you know, what a great car, you know, 15k. So I think a lot of these now are in a great area, but I want to know what you think. Are you looking at your first EV, or are you looking at these going, well, you know what, I could have an EV for £15,000 and just run around in it, use it. If you've got home chargers as well, is it going to cost you a lot? I mean, if a car's 70 and it's 15, it can't lose another 55, that's guaranteed. So I think these are looking value, and where they're going to stop, I'm not sure. Maybe warranty, you need to look at, you know, a bit more on when the battery warranty ends and stuff. But from what I've seen on the ranges I've had on the cars I've had, hybrid and EV, I haven't seen massive sort of degrade on the battery. It's not like a phone, you know, a phone after a few years. I'll give you an example. My wife's car has gone down, I think, 2 miles of range in 50,000 miles. I think that's pretty good. I know that it's only a hybrid and it's only doing like 30 miles, but it's like 8%. It's nothing really. So I think that there's, you know, something with these batteries, that they're not as bad as what people are saying as well. The only other car I was thinking of was, there is an EV6 Kia, and Kias do very good warranties on their cars, and I think they're about 20. That's not on here, but that's another car I was thinking of. And also the original sort of i3 BMW, I've seen them at sort of 5k, and I know they can have a range extender, so they're sort of a hybrid as well, but I see them at good value at 7 to 10k. It's mega value. So everything we spoke about before about values and that, we were correct on. We knew they're going to depreciate and depreciate. How much more? Well, 15k can only go to 0, so your loss is 15k, but I don't think they will quite go to 0, and I think you could run around in these and not lose a huge amount of money now. And also the way it's being pushed with regulation, tax, zero emissions in London, probably in villages and that soon, we're going to be pushed this way. I'm very interested in the first car for my daughter, because she's absolutely against electric, and I don't know why that is. I know it was something to do with a TikTok video of them catching fire and stuff, and it's just put her off. But that's going to be an interesting thing in the next year, seeing whether, do I put her in a full electric or do I go with a hybrid? The problem is there's not that many hybrids that are good value. The only one I can see is the BMW we spoke about, the i3. So yeah, well, I hope you enjoy these videos. I'm still here. Try and do a few more videos while I'm here before I'm back. Obviously, I've got the big event at Hever Castle. If you get a chance to go to that, it'd be great to see you. I think it is going to sell out in the coming weeks. It's the 3rd and 4th of August, so it's not far away. So if you get a chance to go on Hever and book your tickets, we'll see you then. And yeah, hope this helps you. I'm looking forward to your comments. Do you own an EV now? Are you looking at an EV? And does this help you at all? Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.